All right, Gabe, so we're here at Lone Depot Park on the field. The championship game for the WBC has come to a close. Venezuela has won against the Americans 3-2. Venezuela has captured their first WBC title in their country's history. Gabe, what are your thoughts? Our predictions were wrong.
We were way off.
We thought there was going to be way more offense. Game was 3-2, pitching and timely hitting. So tell me your thoughts.
So I had the Americans winning 6-3, and the Venezuelans made me eat my words. They held the lineup that's full of talent, full of power. The 3 hits. In fact, Bryce Harper accounted for 2 of them. And then you have guys like Kyle Schwarber and Aaron Judge striking out 3 times apiece. 6 out of the 10 strikeouts. That's not a winning formula right there. And they just kept them bland. That's been their problem the entire tournament. The Americans have been unable to really have those dominating wins like the Venezuelans, like the Dominican Republic, like Japan. And it came back and caught up to them here. And so for me, I'm really happy that the Venezuelans won at the end of the day because it's their first WBC title. But the Americans got some work to do for the next one because this can't stand.
They definitely got some work to do in the offensive category. But let's talk about the pitching matchup for today. The veteran southpaw versus the young right-hander for the Americans. The veteran southpaw prevailed, and Eduardo Rodriguez, 4 1/3 innings of shutout ball. He was dominant again today on the mound. After getting roughed up a little bit against the Dominicans, but still came back strong here again in the championship game. He shut the Americans out. For USA, Colin McNeil, he pitched 4 2/3 innings, 2-run ball. You can't expect much more from a 24-year-old and probably the biggest stage of his young career. He had an excellent rookie year in 2025 with 8 starts, going 5-1. I don't know why, and I can't provide an explanation as to why he's pitching in a game like this, but that just shows the department that USA needs to improve for the pitching side.
Why did Gunnar Henderson not start the game? They had him pinch hitting. Him and Tarek are the best hitters on the team, and yet you didn't have Gunnar playing. You should have had him. This could have been a completely different outcome if you had that guy starting. So I don't know if it's because of the matchups. Maybe the organization that owns him said, hey, we want to manage this workload similar to the pitchers. Whatever the reason, he should have started. And it's just one more mistake that the Americans did tonight.
So the Americans were trailing 2-0 very early on, and it stayed that way into the 8th inning until Bryce Harper tied the game up with a 2-run shot. So we're probably thinking, okay, this might go to extras. The pitching has been dominating the whole game. It might go to extras. We were wrong about that as well. In the 8th inning, Luis Arraez drew a walk, and then he was a former Marlin, current Marlin, Javier Sanoa. He comes in the game as a pinch runner for Luis Arraez. He goes, steals second base, he's safe, and Eugenio Suarez is the next hitter, and he brings him in with an RBI double, and that's a deciding factor of the game. The Marlins are leaving their mark in the championship game and throughout the WBC, which is great to see. So, Gabe, final thoughts. You were here for 2023, and you were here pretty much for all of 2026 in the Miami play. Final thoughts on comparing both tournaments.
So, comparing both tournaments, first off, it's been an absolute honor to cover these games, watching these teams go at it, the best of the best, or at least as close to as we possibly could, considering the issues that Puerto Rico had with insurance, considering the Americans couldn't recruit several players. But outside of that, we saw quality baseball. We saw the game grow, especially with the Italians doing their Cinderella run. And if we had to compare last tournament with this one, on the whole, this one was better. But if you had asked me what was the best moment in WBC history, it would be hands down Shohei Ohtani striking out Captain America himself to win. Hands down.
Right, you heard it here, folks, from Gabe himself. I'm Alex Aguirre, that's Gabriel Garcia, and that concludes our coverage for Lemon City Live for the WBC.